and there was the problem towards that. And it has been a tough journey. And it's funny that today I was checking the stats of how many successful podcasts that there are there in terms of doing things different, competitors. And I saw on a thread of Reddit where it said that there are 2 million podcasts out there, and 20,000 of those podcasts are 20,000 of the podcasts are high earning, and the low earning is 10% that reach amount of episodes in terms of 100 episodes or more. And I realized that as much as people keep on doing podcasts, but they don't know what are they doing the podcast for. That's the thing. Right. So I realized that sometimes it's the goal that you want to do. For example, on my side, I just want to share the message of mental health and being able to help people. And you said that, and encouraging people to join some things, for example, the group. And to me, is the fact that to educate people about mental health and realize that they are not alone. So yes. I actually am seeing the time. I wish we could talk more. And I just want to ask one final question. What are some most powerful lessons you've learned from your own struggles that you share with your audience?
I would say that you really need to embrace discomfort and pain. Normally fear, pain, it's your body trying to protect you, signal to you that something's wrong, not right. But I think too often we avoid it. We try to cope with it. I would cope with it negatively by consuming alcohol, kratom, which is like a drug, but it's legal. And, avoiding that feeling versus sitting with it, you're just doing yourself a disservice. It's pretty much like looking at a book and putting it on the shelf. And then at some point, you're going to have to pick the book up off the shelf and open it back up and look at it. So, I think whenever I feel a certain way, I would say before I would isolate myself alone. But now there's a difference of going to be alone, like intentionally stepping away and isolating, but it's not really isolating. It's kind of meditating on, why is it that I feel this way because of this? If somebody said something to me, if my wife said something to me and it made me upset, well, I need to examine why does this make me upset? Yeah. And really, it's really about finding the root cause of whatever it is, and then addressing that. And sometimes it can take a day, sometimes it can take 2 days. But I can tell you that numbing out the pain, drowning out the pain, avoiding the pain, transferring it to something else, thinking about something else, putting it off, whatever it is, it doesn't get you anywhere. You're going to have to sit with it and just accept the fact that you're going to be uncomfortable for a little bit. But when you come out of the other side of that discomfort, you're going to be, once you understand that, then next time it happens, you'll know what's going on and you'll know how to correct it, how to address it more quickly.
I just want to thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing your story, because I believe that through your struggles, and I believe that the audience who are listening will be able to learn some things from our conversation today, and we dove deep in things that really are an issue, and when it comes to employment and also being laid off, and you touched on some things that affected you mentally, and probably there are people that you never knew that might have been laid off and don't know what to do in terms of how to face such thing. Through this conversation, I believe that you've touched on some things that are very important. So thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and also please, can you please send me the link to your podcast, and also if you have a website and also socials, so that I can drop them on this episode's description.
I will do that.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.